Hey everybody, welcome to TechMart Gaming. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing you how to set up and use this Opal travel router with your PlayStation Portal and your phone's mobile hotspot. Now this is great for gamers that like to game on the go with the PlayStation Portal. Maybe you're going from hotel to hotel, or if you've been having some connection issues with your mobile hotspot, this device is going to help you a lot. Now before I get into the video, be sure to smash that like button, comment below and tell me what games you're playing on the PS5 or the PlayStation Portal, and subscribe to TechMart Gaming if you haven't already so I can be recommended to more gamers like yourself. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get into the video. Now in order to set up and use this travel router correctly, I highly recommend that you have an iPhone or an Android phone that supports 5 GHz networks, and you need to have a decent signal so the router can output the proper bandwidth for streaming on the portal. Moving along, if you want to know what's inside the box, then I got you. So I'm gonna take off the plastic and remove its cover, and as you guys can see, we are now greeted with a let's get started guide. On top of that, you can also register this product if you want to get additional support in the future if you need it. And if we take a look inside of the let's get started guide, you can see that we have a step-by-step instruction pamphlet where it shows us how to set up the router correctly, but it doesn't matter because I'm gonna show you how I use it in this particular video, so you don't have to worry about that. Moving along, as I dig more into the box, you can see that this travel router comes with a Ethernet cable, so you can connect it up to another router, or if you have a wall socket that has an Ethernet port, you can connect it up that way. In addition, it comes with its own USB-C charger that plugs into the wall, and depending on where you are in the world, you'll have a different attachment for your brick. Following that, the last item inside the box is the GL-iNet travel router, and I gotta say from my first impressions, this is a really small device, but it has a lot of great ports at the back of it. So you can see that we have a WAN port. If we want to connect a Ethernet cable that has internet to it, we can now broadcast it that way, and we have 2 LAN ports where you can have additional routers or any devices that's connected to it. And most importantly, we have a USB-C 2.0 port, which is going to enable us to use our phone's hotspot. In addition to that, you have some antennas that sits flush against the router, so you can easily slide those out to boost the signal. There's also buttons on the side, so if you want to reset or power down the router, you can do so manually. And at the bottom, you can see that we have our router information. So if you need to reference your password or your MAC address or IP address, whatever you want to do is there for you. Succeeding to the next step, what we want to do is connect the router to power. And here's a quick heads up. The USB-C cable that comes with this router is so small that I had to get an extension cord. So I highly recommend that you guys have one so you can easily plug it into the back of the router without any hassles. Next, I'm going to use my phone to connect up to the router so we can have a proper installation. So the first thing that we want to do is go into our settings, and we're going to go into the Wi-Fi networks. We're going to look for a Wi-Fi name that starts with a GL. So there should be 2. As you guys can see, I'm going to click into the first one that is non-5G, and I'm going to enter its default password, which is good life. Proceeding to the next step, inside of your let's get started pamphlet, you'll see that there is a section that says setup router. We're going to type this exact same web address into our web browser so we can actually set up the device. As you guys can see with iOS 17, I can easily click into that link and it's going to take me to that page. You're going to be asked to choose your language. I'm going to choose English. Then you're going to set up your admin password. I recommend that you write it down somewhere, or you can use a password manager. After you completed that, you can now see that we're on the admin panel where it gives us information about the router and the devices connected, and it can do so much more. But the thing that we want to do is tether our phone to the router so we can use our mobile hotspot. So if you take a look at the prompt, it says no tethering device found. Plug in your smartphone or USB modem to start. All we have to do is get a USB cable that fits our smartphone. I have an iPhone 13 Pro Max, so I have Lightning, and the other end is a USB-A insert. So I'm gonna plug that into the back of the router, and as you guys can see, we are now connected. Moving along on your phone, you should see that you have to trust the device. So all you have to do is click trust. Then you're going to enter in your device's password so you can grant permission. Now you're going to go into your personal hotspot settings on your phone and enable discovery mode. And most importantly, you're going to make sure that maximize compatibility is turned off. Then I'm going to swipe back into the travel router's admin panel and scroll up until we see tethering. It should be at the top, and you should now see the device that's connected to the router. Mine is an iOS device. Yours may be different if you're using an Android. So the next thing that we need to do is just click connect, and instantly you can see that my phone went into hotspot mode, and it displays a little bit more information about my hotspot, like my IP address, gateway, and DNS server. Before I connect my PlayStation Portal up to this Wi-Fi hotspot, I want to make sure that my phone is completely optimized with the router, which means that I need to connect up to the 5 GHz network band. So as you guys can see, I'm gonna click into the GL5G network, and I'm gonna input the default password that they gave us, which is good life. After that, I'm gonna do a speed test so you guys can see how fast my network is for the hotspot. For the download speeds, we're getting roughly about 13.3 megabits per second, which is great because Sony recommends that we have at least 5 megabits per second download speeds. Now that we have that information, we can go ahead and connect our PlayStation Portal to the router. So all we have to do is go into the internet settings. Then we're gonna click set up a new network, and all we have to do is look for the GL network Wi-Fi connection. And you want to make sure that you choose the 5G network so we can get the most bandwidth from the hotspot. And all you have to do is type in the default password for the router, which is Good Life. And all you have to do is wait for a little bit and the PlayStation Portal should now be connected. The remote play connection process should be as easy as just clicking the X button and waiting for the PlayStation Portal to connect up to the PS5, and voila, you should now be ready to game. Now for the first impressions, when I'm just scrolling through the home screen on the PS5, aka the PlayStation Portal, you can see that I'm able to, maneuver through different cards and get to where I need to get to. So I don't see a lot of micro stuttering or lag as of now, but during this gameplay test, you guys will see how it performs. The first game that I'm going to test out for you guys is Fortnite. The reason why I chose this game is because this is an online platform and we want to see how it performs on a mobile hotspot, maybe with lag or micro stuttering. So you guys will see how this works in the real world. With that being said, I'm gonna be quiet and let you guys hear and see for yourself. Now, if you're paying attention, you can see that I can still get some scores on the board, but at the same time, there was the occasional micro stutter or just lag, but honestly, the signal picked back up fairly quick and I was able to get back to my gameplay. Your experience may vary based off internet speeds. The next game that I'm gonna test out for you guys is Madden 2024, so I'm gonna sit back and let you guys take a look. From the looks of the second gameplay, you guys can see that there was a lot of lag and micro stuttering. I'm not sure what was going on with the internet connection, but hey, I was not able to play good defense and the other opponent team scored a touchdown. At the end of the day, it really depends on how fast your internet connection is and if you have really good signal on your PlayStation Portal and a hotspot. But either way, this router definitely helps out the whole situation. If you couldn't connect your hotspot up to your PlayStation Portal, this is the way to go. If you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can check it out. If you found this video valuable, be sure to smash that like button and comment below and tell me what games you're playing on the PS5 or PlayStation Portal, especially if you're traveling on the go. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Techmark Gaming so I can be recommended to more gamers like yourself. In the meantime, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Deuces.